Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to take a look at a new discovery. Scientists have found some large unidentified structures deep inside planet Earth, and they used a technique that involved seismographs filtering through 30 years of earthquake data to uncover these very massive structures. But we're going to come back to this article here in just a moment because it involves seismographs, and I want to talk about something interesting I just discovered that involves seismographs up here at Yellowstone National Park. You can see a pattern that runs through most of these seismos that monitor the supervolcano caldera, and you can see there's a vibration between 2100 Universal Time and say 4:30 Universal Time. Universal's the column over here on the right, local time's on the left. I noticed a pattern that was similar to the Schumann. See the disturbances in the Schumann, how the spikes occur between 15 and 2200 Universal. Same thing over here around 17 to 20 Universal, and then on the 15th they're scattered all through the 14, 16, 17, clear up into the 20 Universal. And we're seeing a lot of the same activity, which is something I've never noticed before, some sort of a unique vibration going through the caldera at the Yellowstone supervolcano. And again, these times match up nearly perfectly. This one here shows a small disturbance between 2100 and 0400 Universal Time, and then it goes to pretty normal data after that, kind of like what we see in the Schumann. Kind of see a small disturbance, then it goes back to some sense of normalcy. So don't know what's going on there. If anything, it could be just a very strange coincidence, but these data sets I look at every day, like you guys. I always check the Yellowstone, I always check the Schumann resonance. Those are things that I've checked for years, and I've never noticed a pattern quite like that. So very interesting. Whether it means anything or not, have no idea. Also in this video, got a brand new sky phenomena picture slideshow I put together, new sky phenomena photos sent in from all around the world. And I also wanted to show you guys what the storms look like from one of the NOAA satellites that went through Alberta back on the 13th. This is from NOAA satellites, and you can see these very tall storms as they're entering Alberta, moving to the north. Look at the size of those supercells. Some of these storms produced 4-inch hail, heavy flooding, high winds. That's wind shear. Those are clouds that are telling us that there was very high winds in the mid-latitudes on that day. So I wanted to share that with you guys while I had it. Those are the storms that dropped all of the hail up in Alberta just a few days ago. But anyway, back to the article I talked about at the beginning. Scientists have discovered vast unidentified structures deep inside the Earth. Scientists combed through nearly 30 years of earthquake data to probe huge and mysterious objects near the Earth's core. And it's a fairly lengthy article. I'll post it down below if you guys would be interested in reading more about it. But what they did, they took all of the 6.5 and larger earthquake data, and basically what the seismograph data told them, kind of like what we're seeing here, it painted a picture for them as the primary waves and the secondary waves traveled through planet Earth. That's why they had to use the larger earthquakes, because the smaller earthquakes did not go all the way from, say, one side of the Earth to the other, but the 6.5s and greater did, and they noticed patterns in the seismograph data that painted a picture of what was actually in the Earth's core that they did not know were there, using seismic echoes. And they're huge. They're well over 1,000, in some cases 2,000 miles long. These are quite fascinating, as these have probably always been here and have never been noticed before until they started filtering through 30 years worth of earthquake data. And right here is where they are, out in the central and southern Pacific. They span from underneath Hawaii all the way down into the South Pacific, as you can see right here in this artist rendition. And again, they say that these are very intriguing, not only due to their size, but because they may be composed of exotic materials that date back to a time before the Earth had a moon. Quite a fascinating discovery here, and a fascinating article that I'll post down below if you guys would be interested in reading more about it. But after filtering through 30 years of earthquake data, they have found these huge and mysterious objects near the Earth's core. Very, very fascinating. Got a brand new picture slideshow I put together. New sky phenomena sent in from all around the world. Candace, Aurora, Colorado. Cloud looks like it's falling out of the sky. Beth B out of Arkansas. Picture of the sun as it's coming up between the tree lines here, and you'll notice at the top of the photo, see that anomaly there? What that is a reflection of the sun itself on the recording device, probably a smartphone. And you see what look like anomalies on the reflection? Those are tree branches right there. And here's exactly what's appearing. See that little green reflection right there on the camera lens? Whenever that appears, especially behind trees, the branches will show up in the bright light of the sun. And the moon too. It happens to the moon too. It's more obvious in photos of the sun because the sun doesn't have craters like the moon does. But that's what that is. That is a reflection on the recording device. And it's of the sun behind those tree branches. Good photo by Beth out of Arkansas. Atisha, South Brazil, sent me a collection of different photos of storms out of southern Brazil. Some very ominous looking skies. This here looks like a large ship of some sort soaring through the skies above South Brazil. Another storm that looks like the clouds are touching the ground. Big, tall anvil supercell thunderstorm there that's got a lot of color associated with it. And this one here, don't know. That's exactly how I received it. Almost looks like somebody skydiving through the sky there. But that photo is unedited, at least by me. Brooks out of British Columbia, Canada. Bright orange sky. Birmingham, West Midlands, United Kingdom. Photo sent in by Carlton of a fantastic double-decker rainbow. Been seeing a lot of these lately, and they just simply never get old. I find these things quite fascinating. Look at that dark patch in between the two rainbows. Lake Martin, Alabama. Amanda, notice the circle in the clouds. That's what compelled her to take the photo in the first place. This thing right here. It looked out of place. It almost looks like there's something underneath it. And then again, it could be just a shadow anomaly. Ariel P. from Jacksonville, Florida. Another bright orange sky. Been seeing a lot of these lately as well. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A hence at 6:45 a.m. Notice something that looked like it was going straight up in the air. Almost looked like a wavy comet tail or something. Good observation. Lawrenceville, Georgia. Cherry G. Notice some spectacular beams coming up over the horizon at sunrise. Almost look like tall buildings. Look at that. See that one right there? Looks like the Empire State Building surrounded by other buildings here. Great photograph out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Looks exactly like a tall building. Incredible. Eric out of Fort Worth, Texas, sent me a little video clip and some pictures of something like what was seen in Milwaukee in the picture I just showed you. Some sort of a long streak in the sky. But what I noticed in the center of this photograph and video that you're going to see looks like a craft in the middle of the photograph. That almost looks like a craft of some sort. But look right here. Looks like something parked in the middle of those clouds right there. See that? And the clouds are, like we've been seeing, bright orange. Then there's that little craft again. Pretty unique. James L. out of Southworth, Washington. Craft right there, triangle craft. Plain as day. East Ohio, Jeremy back on June the 10th. This is a derecho forming, one that went through that caused all the power outages a few days ago. Well, that was the beginning of that storm system. Seen a few derechos this year, and those are very rare storms. Jasmine S. out of Great Falls, Montana. Big storm cloud, but behind the storm cloud, she noticed what looked like a craft sitting in the sky. Unique cloud that just simply did not fit in with the rest of its neighbors. Good observation by Jasmine out of Montana. Joe noticed a square cloud in the sky as he was driving down the road. Look at that. This photo here was sent in by Liz B, taken by her daughter when she was over in France. That's looking out over France, the Eiffel Tower you can see here in the middle of the photo. And then there looks like two suns. I don't know if this is sunrise or sunset. Could be a reflection anomaly, but that's the way I received the photograph. That is unedited. Here's another photograph without the bright sun, and you can see they're both gone. And then she shared these photos with me of the sun taken at the same time on June 13th. The one on the left is from California. The one on the right is from Mexico. And you can see the one in Mexico looks considerably bigger than the one in California, and that was taken by our daughter as well. And she found that quite interesting and just shared it with me, and I'm simply sharing it with you guys. It does definitely look bigger from Mexico for whatever reasons. The one in California looks a little smaller, and they were taken at the same time on the same day. Here's some big beams spanning up over the horizon at sunset from Mexico. Here's the peak solar shadow I took at high noon from the 33-degree latitude. The shadow is facing the north, so that tells us that the sun is below the 33-degree north latitude, which it should never get higher than 23.5. Here's the position from Ray out of Taiwan, 12 noon. He used his door handles that were casting a shadow on the ground from the 23-degree latitude. And then there's his cylinder with no shadow in it. Sun directly overhead at the 23-degree north latitude in South Taiwan. Robert W. out of Texas. Some unusual clouds high in the sky above Texas. William H. out of Florida. Spectacular sunrise reflecting off of the lake. Sal P., not exactly sure of the location, but a very unique sky. Foyle, Oklahoma. Scott S. sent in this photograph of what looks like an eye in the sky with exceptionally long eyelashes. Hampshire, United Kingdom. Susie, spectacular rainbow. Might be a double, difficult to tell. And then she sent in these streaky clouds in the sky that are usually indicative of high winds. Once again, in the mid-latitudes of planet Earth. Been very windy up there lately. Emily Swoom out of Lakeland, Florida, took this beautiful photo out of her window. Another photo out of Lake Worth, Florida, sent in by Taylor. Same color, might have been on the same day. Beautiful sky. Tanya G. out of Kennewick, Washington. Big shadow beams coming up over the horizon. Trevor C. out of Paragould, Arkansas. That there definitely looks like a twister in the making. Tracy L. out of Manitoba, up in Canada, looking off in the distance, and you can see a bank of clouds that are all at the same height, very low on the horizon, expanding as far as you can see in both directions. And then you've got the sun coming up, just glowing a very unique purplish red behind the clouds. And then above that bank of clouds, perfectly blue skies. Incredible photograph by Tracy out of Manitoba. Great observation. Wendy out of the United Kingdom. What's Up YouTube channel. Gentleman taking in the beautiful sunset. And off to the right looks like some sort of a frazzled sundog over here, as you're going to see up close. Got some color to it. Almost looks like a horizontal lightning strike. Once again, more examples of exceptional sky photos taken from all around the world. You guys are wide awake and on the ball. If you're new viewers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on this bell. That way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. If you're current subscribers, simply double check. Make sure you're still subscribed and make sure that bell is still activated. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery, and sometimes I'll use them in a picture slideshow, just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.